Radio.
Unrest
Radio.
Welcome to the second episode of Unrest Radio. Today is Christmas Day. Hope everyone is having a nice time with your family and friends, enjoying the holiday together, having fun, having good food and wine. So happy moments. But there are some people who are not having fun, not having food, not at all happy. They're not in a conflict zone, but they're fled from a conflict zone. Or they fled because their life was not secured back home. All of them I'm talking about are now living in Germany, in a refugee camp, with a hope to survive, a hope to get freedom. But do they are surviving well? Do they free at all? A week ago, we came to know about a letter that addressed to the people of Osnabrück, a city in German state of Lower Saxony. The letter was written by Said. In the letter, Said tried to express his experiences about living in Germany. 58 years old Said came to Germany from Pakistan this year in April, because back home his life was threatened. But he thought there will be hope. He will see the light.
Once I came from back home, I saw the tunnel. Tunnel was dark, but I have the hope, because hope is the essential power, like a air and water, that in that end of tunnel, I will see the light. And I enter in that tunnel. The education teach you a lot of things. So that things put me a grave danger in back home. And I escaped from there. I came to Germany in April. And once I came in April in Germany, before I was thinking that might be I will be breathe and get the freedom and get the justice in Germany. But once they put me in the camp, in Osnabrück camp, refugee camp, I saw the people, the refugees, the kids, the women, they are living in vulnerability situation. Something is wrong here, because people, they are sad and scared. They are not getting a proper food. They are not getting a medical, nothing. I am a PhD in criminology. I am a master's in English from back home. So once they see my education documents and my experience, they put me in information department in the camp to help the refugees and translate. They issue me the card, which card always I am hanging in my neck. So people step by step coming to me with their complaint. And their complaint I am taking to the social worker taking to the people, and I to higher authorities, and I tell to the social worker that something is going on here, negligence, which is no good. People are not getting their foods, not their rights. Security, they are treating them like an animal, which is no good. So I put their complaint to the social worker and social in the written I am putting, and I give it to the social worker to send this and complain to the higher authorities. But they are not replying back. 3 months, 4 months. So I try to raise my voice. Once I raise my voice, this thing start with me. They are giving me trauma, problems. So once I go on the food kiosk and the line to get the food, lunch or dinner, so it's a big line up over there. Around 20, 30 people standing. Turn by turn, they are getting a lunch and dinner. Once my turn came, suddenly the security guards came. You go on another kiosk. I have to comply his order. Once I go on another kiosk, there is again big lineup. Then I have to stand there. Once I go to the social to get the money, once I give my yellow card, everything is in progress. Then suddenly security guard came and he tell to the social worker that give his yellow card back. He is out of the line. So you go stand in the line again. And that kind of traumas they are giving me. Hard time. I went to the medical that I am feeling pain in my shoulder. Give me some painkillers or something. They say, no, we cannot do it like this unless you have an emergency. So I asked with the nurse that, can you brief me the definition of emergency? What is it in your mind, the emergency, to have to come on the stretcher? I am feeling the pain. I need some kind of medicine. So they say, no, you need you have to come. We cannot provide you the medicine. You have to go and buy your own self. So that kind of trauma they are giving me over there. And once I see the kids that they don't have a baby foods there, they are hungry. The kids, the small kids, babies, they are eating a food which the elderly people they are eating. There are two breads, one small butter, one jam. That's it. That's a dinner. Only lunch they are giving, little bit rice, little bit pasta. When you are feeling hungry more, you are going to get more. They are yelling on you that no, we don't have a food and no this. So we came back again, and we are waiting for 4:30 that we got again food on 4:30. So we will fill it up again our stomach. But that food is not enough. Not enough that food. So many times I am sleeping empty stomach at night time. They are not providing a proper food. They are not giving up. They are not giving up kids foods, small 3 years old kids. And once I see, I feel sad. I say, give them a food. They are a human, but they don't care. They say, you keep your mouth shut. And they are giving a little amount of money and worthless. Everything is worthless. It's a lots of negligences going on over there, and they don't care about it. All over the camp, there is not a one single camera which can prove their negligences, their crimes. Security is a unleash. Whatever they want, they can do it. People, they are living vulnerable. They want to speak, but they are not allowing them to speak. And they are scared because once they speak, they are in deep, deep problem. Then I went on hunger strike for 3 days once they transferred me in free land because I am raising my voice in the favor of human rights and in the favor of refugees' rights. So they transfer me 300 kilometers far. I say I am not going there because all my desires in Osnabrück, my lawyers is in Osnabrück, my people who are helping me, they are in Osnabrück. I don't want to go there. I went on hunger strike for 3 days, no water, no food. After 3 days, the big director came to me with the juice. He said, please drink this, and we are canceling your previously transfer, and we are giving you the apartment here in the Osnabrück. You want to live in apartment? And then suddenly, second day, when another guy came, he said to me that please can you forgive the security? I say, sir, can you give my respect back? Can you give my dignity back? You are coming after 4 months, 3 months to ask me to forgive them. Why don't you come before second day that Said, please forgive them. They did a mistake. So I think about it. But right now, I'm way, way far from there. He said, we can give you the facilities. I say, sir, I cannot sell my dignity and respect for your facility. Doesn't matter if you give me the food, if you give me the shelter, I don't care. People, the social worker, they are saying over there, if you have some problem, if you go to the social worker, they say, we are giving you the finger and you are holding our arm. We are giving you the food. If you don't want to live here, get out from here and live your own self. Why you guys are coming to the Germany? They are behaving us like that, sir. And that thing I notice and I raise my voice. I am standing and I will stand till I have a power. I will stand. So I am trying to fight, but there is a one edge, one borderline to fight. Because I am not in that age now that I can fight too much. I am a cancer patient. I have a cancer in my liver, which is treatment is going on. I'm trying, but I see the evil is more powerful than me. People, they are living in the camp. I was living in the camp. People, they are hopeless. I tried to kill myself so many times in the camp. They called us totally different way, refugee. Second thing, security called me illegal aliens. Am I illegal alien, sir? I am a human before the refugee. Like them. They have a 5 fingers, I have a 5 fingers too. So before refugee, I am a human. Doesn't matter that we have a different color, different languages. But before, one thing is similar, that we are a human first and we are living in same world. But they don't care. Actually, the higher authorities, they have a mindset that racism and discrimination is nothing for them. Here in this camp I came, they think that refugees, we are robbing their jobs. We are robbing their foods. We are robbing their rights. But, sir, we are a human. We don't have a choice. Country is like a mother. No one wants to leave the country because country is like a mother, and unless country turn out in the face of shark, then people they escape from there. There I was scared to kill by bullet and torture. Here I am killing by words like illegal aliens, refugees, and they are treating us like an animal, sir. We are not a human there. Uh, I am hopeless and helpless. I am trying to survive. I have a little bit hope, but once I see that they are doing whatever they want, then, sir, this life is not worth it. I want to live with respect. Everybody wants to live with respect and dignity. That's their right. And if I'll see that thing, then that this life is not worth it after that. I wrote it in the letter that please take a stand before it's too late. Let's see what happened. But I want to live with the dignity and respect, sir, in the Germany.
Germany is well branded through the corporate media industries due to its welcoming political approach towards displaced migrants, or what they call refugees. Said's experiences, along with the others living in the Osnabrück refugee camp, drag us to identify the picture of the other side of the coin, which is predominantly hypocrisy. It is obvious that this welcoming branding approach is a tool to hide the fact that people are treated brutally in an inhuman way in the refugee camp. In the camp, a private security force is hired by the German authority. When this security force is abusing power and people living in the refugee camp are suffering, then this situation is very alarming because it seems like an intention to create this frightening atmosphere in the camp. We wanted to talk about this with a local group called No Lager Osnabrück to get more context about the ongoing situation.
So maybe also to give like some general context, there is Sedanstraße camp is kind of the branch of another camp. It's called Bramsche Hesepe. That's a bit outside of Osnabrück, and that camp in Bramsche Hesepe is there for already, I think, 22 years. So they opened the camp for refugees in 2000, and the branch in Sedanstraße opened in 2015. And since then, since both of these places opened, there have been complaints, and also complaints with No Lager. So No Lager is like a local group, like working in anti-deportation, no border fight, and like in general for the freedom of movement for everyone. And since the start of the camp in Hesepe, No Lager was found and had like a focus on the camp in Hesepe. And since Sedanstraße opened, we're also trying to work there and get in contact with the people because, as Said said, it's really hard for the people to get out, to speak up, because it's quite a, like a closed up place, these camps, Hesepe and Sedanstraße. People, they're allowed to go out, but it's not wanted, kind of. So people stay together, stay in these camps, and I think it feels like a prison to many of them. And if there, and it really sounds like one. So we try, as I said, try to get in contact, and for once we have flyers in many different languages and try to get them out to people who live there or maybe know people there. And we go like to the entrance of the camp a bit further away and the flyers out. We work on social media because that's also a way how people connect these days quite often, and are also well connected in the like Osnabrück context here. So other groups know us as well. We work together. So I think in Said's case, he met people from another group first, and they referred them to us.
Yes.
So that is how he got to know us. And yeah, in the past, as I said, we faced these problems quite a lot. So since the beginning of Hese camp, there are complaints, and maybe just to tell a really short story, because I just read about it yesterday. There was a letter from Hese camp from some families there complaining about the situation with children. The same as Said say, there's no proper food for the children, also for babies. No diapers are there. You have to buy them yourself. You're never allowed to eat the food in your room. So you have to eat at the time they want you to eat and at the place they want you to eat. And especially with babies and children, that's quite hard. As I think everyone knows who has children. And it's nice to eat somewhere where you feel a bit more safe, and that's not allowed. And they complain about more things and demand things. And at the moment, we're also working with people from Hese camp, and they wrote a letter, and the complaints match up at so many points, and it's like 15 years ago. And the same goes with Sedanstraße. It has been there like since 6-7 years now. But since the beginning of Sedanstraße, we hear the same complaints over and over again. And yeah, the biggest problem is that there are not many people finding and fighting their way out of these camps and kind of get to know the right people. And I think, yeah, as you said, Said, you can feel very alone there because it's a lot of pressure on you. The life there, they want you to feel not comfortable in that surrounding. They want you to not feel comfortable in Germany at all. So it's really hard and like a big fight to get out of there, to break out of there kind of, and talk and speak up. So over and over we meet people, and they talk to us and tell about their situations, which is always quite good, but doesn't happen too often. And we have times where less people come because the camps, like from time to time, things change. So people stay or tend to stay more inside, or they're forced to stay inside. And also these two camps, what is special about them, they're more like for people who just arrived to Germany. So like in your case, you arrived in April, and like Sedanstraße was also one of the first places you stayed, right? Yeah. And now in Said's case, he got a transfer, and they wanted to transfer him far away from here. And this happens quite often, which makes it really difficult to work on that topic like long term and in a good way, because people come and talk and have situations and want to fight, but then they're gone, and like 300 kilometers away from here. And this happens quite often. As I said, and I think I also mentioned it before, like from our opinion is that the works are not, maybe as many people would describe it, don't work well. So there are problems. So our opinion is they should work this way. This is just how they should work. People should not feel comfortable. They should not feel welcome in Germany. The situation must be miserable. That's what they are going for. The higher authorities, the government, like the whole way it's working is that people decide to go again, to like go back to their home countries, to not stay in Germany, and that's the goal they're trying to reach. And actually, when you think that way, these camps work quite well, and I think that sums it up quite well. And yeah, that's also what we fight for, like together with Said. And now we're really happy that Said can stay, that you're staying here near to us, and we can continue that fight, because that's the hardest thing, to break these chains kind of continuity. Because yeah, people stay just short term here, and many decide to go back because it's just, yeah, life isn't worth living in these camps, and that's what they're going for.
More than 82 million individuals have been forcibly relocated since World War II. Most people move within or near their home country or even far. Many migrants, especially those who are skilled, economically secure, and welcoming in their host countries, do not share the struggle or the deep historical dislocation of the post-colonial. However, those many millions of immigrants who cross borders and live fragile life in inhospitable circumstances do share the context of the post-colonial. Ultimately, this issue is one of class, suppression, and exploitation. The parity between the post-colonial and the migrant brings to light the crucial question of persisting empire in the age of globalization. And this ongoing process is the ideology and practices of capitalism. Unrest Radio is thankful and grateful to Said for being outspoken to share all the disturbing experiences which are going on in the Osnabrück refugee camp. At the same time, Said's fight by raising his voice against the living condition and all sort of racism and discrimination in the camp for everyone is very inspirational. Said and all people living in the refugee camp deserves justice and better living condition as their human rights.
Unrest Radio.